This is not fucking possible. This cannot be true. What is that there? What is that there? What is that? Look! Look! What the fuck is this? Well, I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question. What is it?
What is going on, everyone? And on a somber Monday, welcome to WreckTalk. You know, I've talked about this for about, 5 or 6 hours now. I did like a 3.5 show and a 2.5 hour show about this, just to give my concise thoughts about this. No one to blame but ourselves here. I've seen kind of some excuse making, and let me address one thing off the bat. Is I've seen there's been like this long dispute on fans, and there wasn't enough fan support and show out, for this game. When you're getting beat by a bad group of 5 team like Bowling Green, and your response is it's the fans' fault. First of all, I talked about on the live show last night, it's self-defeating. So the fans aren't showing up, so your response is to further agitate these fans that don't show up. Also, how many tackles did fans miss yesterday? How many blown coverages were on the fans? Like, that's so – I'm not saying there's not a conversation to be had there, but that's so far down the list of issues that need to be addressed right now. Don't make yourself look silly and point fingers in the stands when the product on the field was what it was. Bowling Green outgained us. They had, 438 yards of offense. They were leading the nation in turnovers, didn't have a single one. They were averaging, 4 turnovers a game or something like this. And Tech coming off a 5 turnover game plus 4 turnover margin against Wake Forest. We got beat in absolutely every aspect of football, special teams. We snapped to our own personal protector. I guess he stepped in front of the snap. Missed extra point. Defense, one of the worst defensive showings I've ever seen, not only at Georgia Tech, but any football game I've ever watched. I would have to scratch my head to think about a worse defensive showing than what we had against Bowling Green Saturday. Offensively, massive steps back. I don't know how much of that is losing Jordan Williams, but we talked about on the live show. I don't think it's something as simple as, we just need to change this one thing. And I'll tell you what else I'm not going to do. I have been critical of players, specifically Paul Mola. I don't think he showed up. I kind of disagreed with Tantor. In hindsight, I think he's right. I don't think Paul Mola needs to be playing. When you come out in press conferences, and you talk about, we just didn't practice, hard enough. We overlooked them. We're not putting forth enough effort. And then you have, Brooks kind of saying, that don't represent how I feel. And this isn't the first week Paul Mola's come out and just kind of said, and kind of acts like, no big deal. Let's go get Subway later. At least Haynes King in his press, he was pissed. And you should be pissed, man. You shouldn't be able to sleep well at night after that. I know I didn't. So, probably some changes need to be made. Now, the biggest news is Andrew Thacker demoted, not completely out. Andrew Thacker demoted to a positional coach at safeties. Kevin Sherrer promoted to DC. He was the co-DC. And I think this is going to make a lot of fans happy, right? I think a lot of fans are like, yeah, because we want a target, right? We're pissed, we're heartbroken. We need a target for the ire of our anger and frustrations. And right now, Thacker is an easy target. Which, speaking of Thacker, what was that segment about his daughter made a stress doll for him? I know they didn't know he was going to basically be fired as the DC after the game, but what was the message there? I guess the message was, look how much his daughter cares about him. But When the silver lining in the message is that the dude's stressed and his daughter's recognizing how stressed he is. Super bizarre. Super bizarre. I feel like whoever okayed that story to go across during the game is a complete nincompoop. You like that word? I've been looking for an excuse to use the word nincompoop lately. Like I said, I think it'll make a lot of fans happy. You have a target. Yep, that now everything's going to be fine, right? Now that Thacker's not the DC. No, it's not that simple. You know, we talked about it on the live show last night. Like, you would like to think we just make one move and everything's better. It's like a multivariable calculus problem though, where you can't look at, oh, well, I just need to add better to be better at calculus. There's a lot of variables that go into it, and it's not just Andrew Thacker. If that were the case, then all other, we would have played well on defense and special teams too, Now we're going to look at it. The thing that kind of I'm unsure about is as bad as the defensive line has played, I think if I had to pick number one offender for issues on defense, it's linebacker. It's bad. How badly they're out of position. By the time linebackers identify where the ball is, it's 5 yards behind them, or it's a step behind them where now they're completely out of the play. If that doesn't change quickly, Miami will hang 70 points on us. Miami will be the most talented team we've played up to this point, and everything that teams who have done very well against us have done, which is using motion to get us out of position and kind of disguising where the ball is going. Miami's the best at that we will have played. So we're going to get into it. Because, look, I'm not just a glutton for punishment. I wanted to look at film and be like, well, what happened? Is it just we're unskilled? We're untalented? Is it scheme? Is it effort? What is it? So we're going to look at that right now. Let's get into it. All right. Before we get into it, I do want to say thank you guys for all the support. We're going to do a live show most likely tonight where I will pick one member to get their choice of WreckTalk gear. There's 11 of you. I have a little spinny wheel thing that C-Dog introduced to me. We'll pick one tonight, and then I'll clip it and put in a members only video so you'll know. But thank you guys for all the super chats and supports and helping me get through this tumultuous time. But here we go. We talked about the linebackers being out of position. So here is a situation where we're showing, we're showing pressure. We're showing that we're gonna probably blitz here or maybe stunt. It's 3rd and 9. All right, so you think we would bow our backs up a little bit here, but the running back's just going to come right up the middle here. Lineman's going to block Tatum and just take him right out of the play. By the time Mola really gets a sense of what's happening and even begins to make a play on the running back, he's already going to have the first down, And Kevin Sherrer has been promoted to DC, so I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. Let's take a look here. I mean, look at this. Look how badly blocked Tatum is there. Doesn't really have a chance right now. Mola's still looking up. Hey, man, the hell is going on? I have no idea. Now, look, by the time he redirects, the running back's already like 5 yards upfield. By the time anyone makes contact with him, he pretty much has the first down already. So you do a good job at getting them into 3rd and 9, and then you just kind of hand them a first down. I mean, just from being out of position. And then he absolutely trucks Brooks as well. I mean, got to get better. Got to get better, right? All right, here's another third down situation. I think they converted 10 first downs on us. They were 10 for 17 on third down. We were 2 for 8, pretty awful. But here, I will give all credit to Bowling Green. I think they had a really good scheme. You know, really their scheme was using motion to get us out of position and using really basic fundamental passing routes. Right here, they're going to kind of run a rub where it looks like they're in a double tight end set. And they're just going to cross. This guy kind of runs a post. And from what I can tell, we're a man. I say that because the linebackers and DBs all just bail and go with the guy in front of them. And from what I can gather, Paul Mola's guy is this guy right here. And he's where the ball is going to go. So, number one, they have time. Number two, Paul Mola, he kind of just stays here and doesn't move until the first down is gained. By the time the ball is thrown and Mola starts making a move on it, the guy will already have caught the first down and be downfield. Also, positioning-wise, we got two guys right in the same spot. I mean, Mola should be bailing out here. If this is his man, from what I can tell, it looks like they're a man. He goes with number one. Not a good look when you got two guys standing right in front of each other on defense. And I don't know if he got confused. This now to me kind of looks like he thinks this is his man. Maybe it's a man zone. Maybe he's in zone. Even no matter what, if that's the case, obviously 14's got one. You need to come out here and get flat. You've got help over the top. You need to stick your foot in the ground and come this way. Doesn't happen. I mean, boom. Easy first down. Missed tackle. Just a little cherry on top there with a missed tackle at the very end. So that's 2 plays with Mola. And, like, I hate to pick on him, but this is the guy that's coming into press conferences saying that we're not giving effort, and I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Let's go to the next play. All right. We talked about the broken tackles and whatnot. Here's another instance where we just really, as an entire defense, get out of position. So I don't even think this is a designed count or anything because there's no pulling guard. But they're going to motion this guy up here, and he doesn't even continue motion. He kind of pulls up to block. And then the running back comes in here, nothing there, and he just bounces it out to the outside. Now, Kennard comes upfield. He kind of gets taken out of the play a little bit. That opens up this big cutback lane. All our linebackers and defensive line, we all just kind of say, hey, no point in playing the entire field. Let's all just congregate here in this little box right here. So there we go. Here we are here. Nothing going. You can see this huge spot of open grass. And we just take terrible angles even in the secondary. He cuts back, missed tackle initially. And here, we looked at this on the previous play, but we have 3 guys that are all going to kind of block themselves here on the cutback. Boom. All 3 of these guys in the same spot. Brooks, love him. Hate to say it, just kind of gets his tail whooped right here in a block. Gets pancaked by a wide receiver. Another missed tackle. Stays on his feet. So, what's the theme thus far? Horribly out of position. We take bad angles to tackle the ball carrier, and we miss the tackle once we get there. And this is the thing that's terrifying as a Tech fan. Like any team that has a decent, tough running back is going to do this to us. Way less talented teams have not had a problem getting that guy to the ground. Way less talented teams. So let's look at the next play. All right, so we've looked at some defensive stuff. What contributed to the offensive woes? Well, some more of the same as far as perimeter blocking. This is going to be a situation we try and hit Cooley on a swing pass. 81, I don't know if that's Brett Seether or Benson or who. He's going to come out, and his responsibility is going to be whoever comes in this area, which is going to be number one. And he just takes a bad angle, gets, again, out of position. One's going to make a nice play on the ball carrier. So, boom. Why is he so far upfield to make this block? When he comes in, his angle needs to be way flatter, all right? And if this guy is like, hey, I'm just going to scream upfield here, great, we're trying to get it to the outside. That's fine. If he wants to run up in here like an idiot while we're trying to swing it outside, fine. That's not the angle he takes. He takes an angle like that. And one makes such a great hit, and he knocks his own helmet off. All right. So again, like that is not something that's new. I mean, we've had trouble blocking on the perimeter with non-offensive linemen like tight end, wide receiver, and stuff all year. All right. Another theme. It didn't seem like there was a third or fourth down long enough that they couldn't convert on us. So we're going to bring pressure here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All these guys are going to rush the quarterback. He still ends up having time. And like the last play, they're just going to run a little rub with the wide receivers. Now, luckily, the ref is going to take one wide receiver out of the play. But the other one's going to be wide open. We're going to be in man coverage again. And they just dial it up on us. There you go. See, he's going to come across here. The ref's going to step in front and take this guy out of the play. So we're basically playing with 12 on defense here. But that's his man. And there's a lot of separation here on a 4th and 8. Big play. Got to be better. And that's the thing that's so frustrating with yesterday is it's like it wasn't just that our rush defense was bad. It wasn't just that we were having trouble getting pressure on the quarterback and he was just getting it out quick. Like we couldn't cover either, All right, these next two plays I wanted to go over really to prep us for Miami and what Miami does well and how Bowling Green somehow was able to take advantage of it. Let me remind myself here. Yep. They're going to motion. They're going to motion the wide receiver out, and they're going to fake it to the running back here. I think this guy just ends up running upfield, but we're going to bite heavy on the run. The play action was great for them all night, and then I believe one's just going to leak out and basically be wide open here. Forget what the down and distance was. Yep. Boom. Get caught up in the play fake, which I don't really know why. I mean, we weren't able to tackle anyways, but 11's wide open. He leaks out, and again, Mola out of position. A lot of yards there. Where did 11 come out of? Okay, yeah. Emotion. Everyone gets caught up in the play action. Mola gets blocked long enough to let 11 spring a, 40-yard catch there. All right, so keep that in mind. Let's look at the next play. Similar deal here, except they're going to fake the sweep down. and 11 just gets behind it. Except this time, 44, I believe that's effort. He gets caught with a little eye candy on the play action here, and really the same. You know, it's a little bit different, but basically the same exact play there. Easy throw and catch. So look, I had some more clips pulled, but I don't want to just beat a dead horse. I mean, it's not like there's some complicated scheming things going on. There's very fundamental fixes that need to be made, right? This isn't 3D chess, as Florida State fans like to say. We'll just cap it off with this and really highlights the fundamentals. Number 4 is literally going to break a tackle from every player on our defense right here. It's 1st and 10. You know, look, we could still come back in this situation. There's 18 left in the 4th. We're down by 18. All hope is not lost. It's bleak, but if you can just get a stop here, who knows what can happen. Let's take a look. They're just going to run it right up the gut. This is another thing we didn't really talk about. They did a great job at turning us on the defensive line and moving our defensive line wherever they wanted. One broken tackle, and then literally breaks a tackle from everyone else on the defense. So they see that he breaks the tackle off effort, and the defense is like, hey, we're not going to let you be the only one he breaks a tackle off of. Let's get some of that broken tackle action. You know? And look, I'm not taking anything away from number 4. He is a good running back, which I said when I was the little bit of preview I did. I said best player on their team, in my opinion, looks like number 4 is a pretty good running back. But he shouldn't be breaking a tackle from our entire defense. He shouldn't look that good. Like I said, other teams didn't have any kind of issue getting him down to the ground, getting him down in the backfield, you know. And I saw people comment it in the live show last night, like, where's the toughness we've heard about? Where's this drive, you know? And usually I don't buy into that, but I think that's kind of where we're at now. When you get beat like this, it does make you question everything. Now, I don't think that just because Sherrer has now been promoted that you're going to see our defense be infinitely better, but I do think it comes down to one thing. You have a choice. As a football team, as an individual, as a coaching staff, whatever. What are you going to do now? It makes me think there's a movie, The Untouchables. It's a great movie. It's about a guy named Elliot Ness bringing down Al Capone. And Sean Connery is like this beat cop that's kind of taking him through this. And the whole time he's saying, what are you prepared to do now? You know? They pull a knife on you, you pull a gun on them. They send one of yours to the hospital, you send one of theirs to the morgue. That's the Chicago way. So what are you going to do? What's your response going to be? Are you going to let life in this season beat you into the ground? Or are you going to answer the call? Because you can make people put this out of their mind. All hope is not lost. Is it tough to make a bowl in this situation? Yes. But you can still scrap and fight. You know, you go out there and do something against Miami, right? You beat Boston College, you shock, you know, one or two teams that you're big dogs against. You can turn this narrative. But it starts today at practice. It starts right now with what you're doing. I talked to Joe Gilbert about mindset of a player. And he said he felt like it kind of hit the nail on the head of as a player having a fan mindset, which is like, oh my God, this is terrible. Oh my God, we're going to lose. Versus a player's mindset, which is very simple and straightforward, which is only being focused on the next thing, right? If you're at practice, I'm just focused on giving the best rep I can in this next series. Or, I'm only focused on my job in this play. Like, yep, defense just gave up a touchdown. We're coming out. All I'm focused on is pulling and getting that linebacker that steps up into my blocking zone. That's it. And if you string enough of those together, good things are going to happen. Now, there most likely are changes that need to be made. I'm not really on calling out players as much, but we're kind of beyond that at this point. I don't want to see very much of Paul Mola moving forward. I'd like to see a lot more Braylon Oliver, Andre White effort. If we're going to turn things around on defense, it starts at the linebacker position. So we'll see what the response of this team is. Like I said, I don't think all hope is lost, but it hurts, It hurts. So let me know what you guys think. I'm now putting this behind me. We're on to Cincinnati. I'll do a video on Miami preview, probably some other stuff. Be looking out tonight for the member selection for the WreckTalk giveaway. You guys have a great day, and if no one's told you today, WreckTalk loves you. Y'all have a good one.